Really enjoy. If we start off from the very beginning, right here in the kitchen, you want to get your friends and your family together along with that paper and pencil, because today's program is called Meals in Minutes. Stay by.
Welcome to the kitchen, Paula's kitchen.
Well, Paula and Curtis's kitchen.
Paula and Curtis' kitchen.
We're going to be doing some meals in minutes today, honey.
Sounds good.
So we've got quite a few things we're going to cover. I'm going to be talking with you a little bit also. So we're going to go to the very first recipe, which is entitled a stuffed baked potato.
Potato.
Let's look at that.
All right.
All right. This calls for 2 large baked potatoes, a half a cup of texturized vegetable protein, a half a cup of warm water, a half a cup of onions chopped, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 15-ounce can of chunky tomato sauce, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, which is optional, and a tablespoon of canola oil.
Okay.
All right, now
I noticed you've been using garlic powder as opposed to garlic salt. Now, someone may be wondering why the powder as opposed to the salt.
Okay, well, you know, one time on a program not too far back, I think when we did one on hypertension, we
Right.
talked about a lot of salt in the food and the salt in the diet and how it can cause some problems with water retention and some problems for the heart as well. So now we're looking at a garlic salt, garlic powder versus garlic salt, and also versus onion powder versus onion salt. And the reason for that is that when you go to the store, it's little tricks of the trade. We're going to be talking about those kind of things today. That is that when you buy garlic salt or onion salt, basically because they are so strong in flavor, they'll actually put just 1 teaspoon of the garlic powder in there or the garlic salt in there, garlic in there, and then they'll fill it up with salt, shake it up a little bit, and when you come along as a consumer, you think you're getting a product that has a lot of that garlic powder or onion powder in it. No, no, no. It's more salt than it is powder.
Okay, so you're talking about salted garlic and salted...
Want to watch out for the salted stuff.
A whole lot of salt stuff.
That's
okay.
right. That's right.
Play on words. Right.
What's happening here is Curtis has got his the onions already sautéing, which is very, very good. And this particular recipe, we're going to just turn it down just a little bit there, and we're going to get started. Now, on this recipe, we're trying to stuff a baked potato. This is we're talking meals in minutes. It does not take a lot of time, other than the fact that you've already gotten your potatoes ready. You could bake your potato the night before, or you can bake your potato as you're getting the rest of the meal together, so that within an hour's time, you and your family are sitting down to a scrumptious meal. All right.
Okay.
Now, we're going to put texturized vegetable protein. I know you probably remembered before when I showed this to you. It comes in a dry granular, and if you take and add hot water to it, and then you let it sit for a while, it'll crumble up and look just like ground beef, okay? It is not ground beef, it's a mock ground beef, all right? So this is another one. They have a chicken flavored as well when you're doing chicken products, but these are called your mock meat type dishes. If your family really does not want to go vegetarian and you're trying to get some new things into their diet, you can do these kind of dishes and put them in like tomato sauces or gravies, and they really can't tell because the texture in the mouth, remember, everybody's looking for texture. In the mouth, this actually feels like it has a texture and also the look of regular ground beef, okay?
So this would be good for also, let's say, sloppy joes.
You can make sloppy joes with it, put it inside lasagna, in our beef burritos, when we're making the Mexican type dishes, in your chili, all that, okay? You can put it in there.
Better known as TVP.
TVP, texturized vegetable protein.
Okay,
all
let's
right.
get busy.
Let's go ahead and put the tomato sauce in and do it very slowly, honey, so that it will not spill everywhere. We're using canola oil. We talked before about canola oil as well, and that is what we call a monounsaturated fatty acid. We want to use that one or either an olive oil. Either one is okay, but you want to use those two because those are the ones that don't have the extra amount of fat or cholesterol, no cholesterol whatsoever. As a matter of fact, none of the foods in this Meals in Minutes have any cholesterol whatsoever, so that's what's excellent. How about that?
Well, let me add this. None of the meals in Abundant Living have any cholesterol.
Well, if you're going to add that, they don't have any cheese, any milk, or any eggs either, okay?
I think they got the idea.
I
this
think
is
so.
vegan-style cooking.
Vegan.
That's not a small block Chevy. That's a strict vegetarian.
Sometimes when Curtis comes home, he tells me he wished the people on his job could really see the kind of food that we fix at our home, because I think when people think vegetarian, they're always thinking of alfalfa and carrots or lettuce leaves, okay? But we eat full meals in our home and do meals that look just like the real thing. They really are the real thing, you know.
We still eat alfalfa, but that's not the only thing.
That's true. How about putting that ground, the mock ground, imitation ground beef in there? I want to still remind the audience that we're looking at low fat, low sodium, low sugar type foods, but still do not sacrifice flavor, still getting into flavor. You want to use this one here, baby?
Okay.
Go ahead and use the spatula for that.
I'll turn it up a little bit.
Turn it up a little bit.
Okay.
And while he's doing that, I'm going to sprinkle on the garlic powder and also a little bit of garlic salt. How about that?
Okay.
All right, all right. Now, you know, when you're doing vegetarian cooking, one of the things that's really good too, and that is the name of the game is seasonings. You really got to get those seasonings in there, because a lot of times when people go vegetarian or they're looking at things like meals and minutes, they're saying, well, it doesn't have any flavor. You want to make sure, we don't want to sacrifice flavor. Color, texture, eye appeal, and spices are the name of the game.
Yeah.
So,
one more thing, taste.
well, taste is very, very important.
That's
very, very
important,
important. And I think what Curtis always says when he comes home, honey, I wish they could see on the job the kind of foods that you fix for me to eat.
Well, not really, because they'll come home with me, see.
That's
so
true, they will
I
come
just
home.
tell them about it. Yeah, okay.
Well, when we're looking at also trying to get things done easily, think about when you're at home and you're getting ready to go figure out your meals for the week. You know, write a list up. Write the list out. Get your recipes together and decide exactly what you need to have. Nothing's worse than to go into a store. It's got soft music playing, and they got all kind of sales going on, and you go running in there to grab up one thing. Now, I don't know, ladies, or even gentlemen, if this has happened to you. You go to the store for one thing, and when you get up to the register, you got a whole bag.
Because you went hungry.
You went hungry for one thing.
Starving.
You went there. Well, if you went starving, you probably get a whole carton full. But when you go there, if you don't really have a list written out and that recipe written out, you wind up going home and still not having the main ingredients you actually need. All right. So you want to write that menu up. As you begin to put more foods in that cabinet, I remember my sister was trying to. She started getting vegetarian. She started telling me things like, Paula, I want to make that recipe, but I was missing that spice, or I was missing some item that I should have gotten at the store. So I told her, I said, start making your recipes up, write the recipe up first, and then as you begin to buy those ingredients, then you put those up in a cabinet, and when you do that, then it's time to come back around again, you'll have them. Eventually, you'll have a lot. People come to my house and they're shocked. I open up the cabinet and they cannot believe it. I mean,
it's just two people.
How many boxes or containers of different kind of herbs and spices I have, you know. They said, what's all that for? And I said, those are the spices that goes inside of our food. How's things looking over there, Curtis?
Pretty good. I put the top on already. So
all right.
Turn up a little bit
turn just a little bit more there, okay.
okay.
Curtis talked also before about putting that tomato, talking about getting that iron into our system in a black skillet.
Yes.
All right. That's
Increase
very,
the
very
iron
good.
content in the body.
All right.
Yes.
We're trying to get that iron in there. We want to make sure we get our grain, our cereal kingdom in. Once again, 4 to 6 servings of the grain and cereal kingdom. Remember, no matter how fast you want to cook or how long you want to cook, it is important to remember good nutrition. And good nutrition means you want to get in the vitamins and the minerals. You want to also get in the complex carbohydrates. By complex carbohydrates, we're talking about brown rice, and we're talking about whole wheat bread. You know, we're talking about that fiber, getting that fiber in there, which is we call the enemy to cholesterol. Fiber goes in and tells cholesterol, let's
Come
go,
on now.
let's go,
You're coming
let's
with
go.
me.
Okay.
Clean
so
out
you
those
want to look at that
arteries.
as well. I think what we want to do is look at our baked potato, which we've already done.
Okay.
And we're going to just leave that there. And I'm going to just put these 2 potatoes I've already done ahead of time. Once again, you can do your potatoes ahead of time. And we're going to just cut it right in half. All right. And when we cut it in half, guess what's going to happen? We're going to actually, we call it stuff the potato. So as we open it up, now people ask me questions like, is it okay to eat the skin? Well, let me tell you this. If you wash it down real good, we say scrub it down with a nice scrub brush, a little bit of, we say liquid with a little dishwashing liquid. Do not pierce the potato to wash it. Just rinse it off, you know, rub it down a little bit. Then you can eat the skin as well, okay? Skin's good for you, nice and fibrous.
That's true. But now that does not hold true for the banana, okay?
Well, no.
Peel the banana. Potato.
You want to peel that banana.
Right, peel the banana, okay.
But the potato should be fine.
That point in mind.
All right. Well, let's see what's happening here in our product here.
And go ahead and stuff it now, honey, or what?
Yeah, let's go ahead and stuff it. All right. If you just give me that right there, we're just going to take it. And we're going to, you see the sauce looks very, very nice.
Now this will take the place of your loaded of cholesterol, loaded sour cream and
yes,
butter
yes.
clog up those arteries.
Most of the time what people say to me all the time, I like baked potatoes, but I want to put sour cream and I want to put butter on it. And I said, let's do another option. That is, this is a complete meal, by the way. We're just going to go ahead and stuff it with the sauce itself. And this is very, very, very pretty and attractive, okay?
Okay.
And by the way, 1 potato is enough for each person. That's a serving.
Now, for one person, meaning a female or a young person under 12 years of age.
No,
Let's clarify that.
Everyone. We're talking now about serving size, and we're also talking about being very temperate. We're going to have something else to eat besides just the baked potato. How about
okay.
that?
So other than the baked potato, okay. I thought this was it. See.
Yeah. Now, see, if you notice, though, I'm very generous. Both potatoes get a nice portion of this on top of it. Now, this goes very well with a nice vegetable. You can have it with a salad, also a whole wheat bread or a roll. Okay. This works out real well.
Okay.
I think this is very, very attractive. All right. I'm going to put that last bit on there. And
got it all
by the way,
over the
this
side.
is not just one for one person. This is going to be served at the end of our meal to 2 individuals. And I think that's a very pretty presentation. What do you think, Curtis?
Okay, sounds
all right.
great.
So we're going to move that out the way. We're going to bring on our very next dish. I'm going to just sit this at the table. We'll put this over here on the side. How about that? And we're going to go with our next one, which is a skillet, which is a green garden skillet. We're going to use a skillet for this one also, by the way. All right? Now, when we look at this one, and I've got my little cards there because I know even for myself, I want to make sure that we've got everything in here. This one's going to take, we're going to use electric skillet for this particular one. Planning that shopping is very, very important. We said make sure you write all the menu down that you're going to be using. You might want to be careful because we just got finished using that stove there. Let's move that over. I'll move this over a little bit.
Okay.
And you can get it right on there. We don't want no fireworks or anything to go down here.
Would be a good idea.
Now, sometimes people say things to me like, Paula, my family hates squash, they hate eggplant, they hate cabbage, they hate Brussels sprouts, they hate all the foods that are very, very good for them. And I really think that what happens is sometimes as we begin to cook foods, we don't particularly know how to mix and match things together, our spices or our herbs, along with those vegetables. And so we put a lot of water over top of them. Okay. We cook them too long, and it causes some problems, and the family puts a no-no sign up, all right? So I always say you want to make sure that when you're fixing these recipes, they're very, very colorful, and also you don't want to add a lot of water. You don't want to cook too long. That's why this program's called Meals in Minutes. Okay. So while I
have it about 250.
All right, we're going to go ahead and put our. Let's go ahead and put that margarine in. This is a soy margarine that we're using once again. You can get this probably at your regular supermarket. If you cannot, remember, go and ask the person in charge to please get some soy margarine in there. Okay. Now, if you don't want to use soy margarine, you can use a little bit of olive oil or a little bit of canola oil also, because you need a little bit of that to get the onions going. Now I'm going to, as this is melting, I'm going to go to the screen so we can talk about the actual menu, the recipe itself. This is called a garden vegetable skillet. It calls for 1½ cups of yellow crookneck squash sliced, 1½ cups of zucchini sliced, 3/4 cups of fresh tomatoes diced, 3 green onions diced, 1 tablespoon of soy margarine, 1/4 teaspoon of water, 1/2 teaspoon of sweet basil, or 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And that's a seasoned, not a seasoned salt. Speaking of seasoned salt, we talked about garlic salt. We talked about onion salt. You also want to be careful with these seasoning salts because they also have a lot of salt in them as well. We're going to be using sea salt. It has more minerals in it. And when you're buying sea salt, you want to buy the one that's iodized, because iodized means that it has that iodine in them. All right? Okay, sea salt basically comes from the ocean. All right?
Good
now,
point,
on this particular one, we're going to first get our green onions going. Now, we have the red onion, we have the white onion, or the red onions used for your salads, cold foods. We have the yellow onion. We also have the white onion. And then we have the green. We call them scallions. They're real long. This recipe calls for the green scallion, okay? Also, it's very, very attractive when you put this dish together, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put those in. And Curtis is going to, let me give you the spatula here.
Okay.
All right? And you can go ahead on and stir it around. Don't stir it a whole lot, baby.
Okay.
Just stir it a little bit. Now, when we talk about, once again, about quick meals, getting home and getting things done ahead of time. Some things can be done ahead of time, but now this particular dish, you want to make it the same day. And the reason for that is because we're using something like our green crookneck squash and our zucchini squash, and they will turn colors if you sit them overnight, all right? You don't want to immerse them in a lot of water because it can cause problems.
And after it's finished, you want to eat it the same day.
Yeah, you do want to eat it the same meal. You want to do that. You want to do that, okay? This is one of those dishes also people say they don't like. It doesn't have any flavor. This combination is very, very pretty. All right? It's not quite ready yet.
Not yet.
Turn it up a little bit more.
Okay.
Turn up
It's
a little
on
bit more.
250.
All right.
300?
300.
Okay.
Okay. You can also do this in a wok as well. You see I did two different things. I did one in a skillet, and then also I'm going to do this one here in the, I did the other one in a regular pan on the stove, and this one is I'm doing in the electric skillet. People ask me questions like, what's the best things to use as far as cooking is concerned? It doesn't make any difference. It would do well, like in our home, as the holidays came around, Mother's Day, Christmas, Valentine's Day. It's a good time for us to put the request in for all new appliances or appliances that you can get in the kitchen and get right out. And they're cheaper around these time frames, okay? So we're going to put in the zucchini and the crookneck. All right. Want to get all the goodies out.
All the goodies.
All the goodies. Okay? And we're just going to basically we're going to heat that up a little bit. All right? And this is one of those real pretty dishes, as you can see already. We've got the green, dark green, light green, and the yellow going in, but then we're going to turn around and add some more color. Color is the name of the game. Also, when you're cooking meals for your family, set up a placemat. You know, put a placemat up, put the dishes on there, make them know they're very special. Now, some of you are saying, well, Paula, I don't have any children, I don't have a husband, and so I don't really care about that. Just get a paper plate. No, no, no. You are important too. So get that china out that china closet, which you're saving for a rainy day or for someone to come over, and actually set a nice table for yourself.
Don't wait. Yeah, that's right. Don't wait till a guest comes to town.
Don't wait. Don't wait.
That's right.
All right? Now, you're going to go ahead and turn it a little bit for me, and then I'm going to start putting in the fresh tomatoes.
So 350, 325.
That's fine. Okay. Now, talk about tomatoes. This is fresh tomatoes. You can buy canned tomatoes. You can buy diced tomatoes. I usually use fresh. It also has a water base to it, so whichever is more convenient for you. When we're talking about meals in minutes, you might not want to deal with cutting up a tomato. You might want to just buy the can of diced tomatoes or stewed tomatoes to use this particular recipe itself, all right? So if you'll stir that for just a few minutes, just go ahead and turn that for me. And we're going to now start adding some more color to this particular recipe itself. And I can smell that. We're going to fan that onion smell on out here.
They really appreciate that, honey.
They like that, don't they?
Yeah, I know they do.
That's good. That's good. All right, now here we go. We're going to go ahead on and put in the tomatoes. Everything. Nothing missing. Nothing missing. Okay, let's see here. All right. What about, like I said, potatoes you can do the day before. How about brown rice? Now, a lot of people ask a lot of questions about brown rice. One of the things that you might want to consider is making your brown rice up also, talking about meals in minutes, a day in advance. Now, don't just make enough rice for one meal. Now, in our home, we have a rice cooker, or you can make up, let's say, about 4 cups of rice. Remember, the object for brown rice, because a lot of people say they can't stand brown rice, that is they don't know how to cook it properly. We say it's 1 cup of brown rice to 1.5 cups of water, all right? A secret in my house that I do is I'll actually have, let's say, a cup, or I'll use 2 cups of brown rice. I'll use 4 cups of water. Remember now, we got to get the other half, so now we're talking about 5 cups of water. Get it boiling first, the water. Then once it boils, no salt, okay? Once it boils, then you're going to put that rice in there, let it sit in there for a few minutes, stir it only one time, okay? Stir it once. Then put that lid on and leave it alone for at least 45 minutes to, well, 45 to 50 minutes long, okay? Now, some people say, I don't like that texture that I get from brown rice. You know, it's too gritty, all right? Then I'll say one other way you can do it to make it taste just like white rice, the secret. And I'm going to tell you what that secret is. Take a black skillet, take your brown rice, put the brown rice in a skillet, no oil, and let it actually cook until you hear the kernels pop. This is popping that hull that's actually on that brown rice, and once you pop it, have your hot boiling water on the side ready to go, and then you put it in there and put that lid on top, and guess what? It will actually come out very fluffy like a white rice, except it's brown. It's brown. Okay? Now we're coming down to the end of this one here. We're going to go ahead on and put on the salt, and we also have the basil, sweet basil.
Okay.
Okay?
What would be even better is to buy your wife, men, a rice cooker.
Rice cooker.
That's even better.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, you want to stir that one more time, honey?
Okay.
Stir that one more time, and what's going to happen is, at this point where it's looking real good, you don't want to overcook it. At this point, we're going to go away, and we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, guess what's going to happen? Then we're going to go into our next one, which is a banana pudding. All right, so stay by.
If you would like more information on today's topic, please call our toll-free number and ask for the Abundant Living Resource Sheet. It contains information on how you can order Curtis and Paula Eakins' Natural Alternatives program book, on which this series is based. This book provides a no-nonsense nutritional and herbal approach to diseases and more. We'll also tell you how you can order the Foods That Heal cassette pack, along with the wonderful cookbook, Vegetarian Cooking Made Easy. Call 1-800-752-3226 and ask for your free Abundant Living Resource Sheet today.
Well, here we go. This one's now finished, and we're going to sit this one over to the side. What you think, honey? Is that beautiful?
Looks marvelous, baby.
All righty. Now we're going to go to the very last one that we're going to do, which is our banana pudding. I know you said no, she didn't. Yes, I did say banana pudding.
Dessert time.
Dessert time. Okay, we're going to get that
favorite.
started. Let's go to the actual ingredient itself for this particular one. This is a banana pudding. It's calling for 2 12.3-ounce packages of Morinu silken tofu. This is a soft one. 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 4-ounce package of Morinu vanilla instant pudding mix, 1/4 cup of water, 2 bananas thinly sliced, a package of vanilla wafers.
Okay.
And of course, we want to use the Vanilla Mate mix. The Vanilla Mate mix, it also comes in a lemon flavored as well, okay? So you want to use those. Whenever I'm doing banana puddings, I usually use vanilla. I don't want a lemon flavored one, okay?
Made by the same company, Morinu.
Same company, same company. So if you take that top off, we'll get going with this. This is an actual soft, and we're going to put in, go ahead and put the other one in as well on that. This is soft tofu. We've used different types. We want a soft texture like that of a cream base, and we're also going to put that lid on top. Now, while you're actually blending that, I'm going to put in the the Vanilla Mate mix. I'm going to also put in the honey, and I'm going to put in the vanilla, all right? Now, if your family also has a problem with not quite sure it's banana, you can also buy banana abstract. That'll do it. That'll do it. Okay, you go ahead and start spinning for me. All right, let's make sure we do one nice stir one time here around the side. Everybody gets, everything gets in there.
It's nice and smooth now.
You see how nice and smooth that is? It's smooth, just like a cream base, okay? Go one more time, very quickly there. All right, now let's put this pudding together. How about that? This banana pudding. Banana pudding. Banana pudding. Can you believe that? Well, you know, in all banana puddings, the first thing you want to do is you want to get those wafers in the bottom of the dish, all right? And Curtis, I'm going to give you a knife so that you can start slicing up bananas very thinly for us. I don't have the other type there, so I'll put that over here on the side. And you want to keep that close by, because we're going to be pouring that inside, okay? Let's go ahead on and put these in. Now, you remember how you make banana pudding. What you do is you put the wafers on the bottom. Now, somebody said, well, where'd you get those wafers from? You can get the wafers from the health food store. And if you're buying the wafers, make sure that you buy them with a fructose or a honey base as far as the sugars are concerned, okay? Now, go ahead on and put your bananas on top of that. While we're doing that, you go ahead on, and I'm going to put it around the sides. We're kind of working together on this one. How about that? And then what's going to happen is I'm going to get that sauce nice and thin slices, baby, because you want it to look like banana pudding. Okay?
Banana pudding.
Banana pudding, all right?
We got you.
And this is one of those recipes also that when you do it, you want to make sure that you let it sit for a while. Give me some sauce there. Let's go put a little bit of sauce on top. Just turn it a little bit. Turn it this way, okay? And when we do the sauce, all you're going to do is we're going to pour a little bit of the sauce on top. just like you would, your regular banana pudding. How about that?
Now we're going to just layer it again.
We're going to layer it again. How about that, okay? Now let's do that. Let's go again. Leave it right there. And let's start up again. All right? Some more wafers. You go ahead and get that banana ready, okay? And this is delicious. We had a friend once that came to our house, and he said he loved banana pudding. And, you know, banana pudding takes a lot. Go ahead, right ahead.
Okay.
Banana pudding takes a lot of ingredients. First of all, almost 2 1/4 cup of whole milk. It takes 1 cup of sugar. It also takes a couple eggs, and you got to bake it in the oven. This is a no-bake banana pudding mix, and I'm telling you, it is absolutely fantastic.
No bake, huh?
Okay. And we're going to slice that real thin. And you know what I think we're going to do is we're going to pour a little bit more sauce on it. I think they got the idea. What do you think?
I think so.
Think you got the idea? I think so.
This
all
is
right?
the second revolution.
The second revolution coming around, okay?
Okay.
All right.
You know, it's hard to slice that last one because, well, it's getting close to the fingers. I didn't want to cut my fingers.
You always do that, Mr. Curtis.
Well, no, not always, but I did it on that occasion.
So we're going to put that topping on it, all right? And you want to get everything out.
Mm-hmm.
Does that look nice? Does that look really nice?
Okay,
it looks
nice
just
and
like
creamy.
it. Yes, yes. Okay, we're going to put the last part on, and we're not going to let you see the finished product. So if you just will stay by, we'll be back in a minute.
If you would like more information on today's topic, please call our toll-free number and ask for the Abundant Living Resource Sheet. It contains information on how you can order Curtis and Paula Eakins' Natural Alternatives program book, on which this series is based. This book provides a no-nonsense nutritional and herbal approach to diseases and more. We'll also tell you how you can order the Foods That Heal cassette pack, along with the wonderful cookbook, Vegetarian Cooking Made Easy. Call 1-800-752-3226 and ask for your free Abundant Living Resource Sheet today.
Well, we've got a meal.
Oh, yeah, meal in minutes.
Meal in minutes, okay? We've got our banana pudding.
No bake.
No bake,
That's
no
the best
cholesterol,
part.
no milk, no eggs, no cheese.
But it has to taste.
Very, very excellent taste, just like regular banana pudding. So it's a favorite at our house, and I'm sure they'll like it as well.
But you must eat this other food first.
Yes,
before you get to dessert.
you got to have your
You should have
main
started
entree.
this in.
Well, you got to have your main entree first.
That's true.
And like I said, you can have this with a salad, or you can have it with the garden vegetable skillet. Also along with that as well. And then we have our banana pudding. Well, I think it's a meal, I would say fit for a king, but I think it's fit for a queen as well as for everybody in the whole family.
Well, king, queen, and maybe the little paupers running around. Okay, how about that? Want to include the whole family.
The whole family. And friends can come over also for this one.
Well, that's true, too.
Meals in minutes.
All right. Well, it's been a good program, and I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, we like to repeat the words of Jesus, John 10:10, where Jesus said, I come, that they might have life and have it more abundantly.